It's my privilege. I spent 24 hours to come here from this city of micro district. This is Tokyo, right? And actually, the micro district is very familiar to most Japanese because we have the language. You can pronounce it in dan, chi, micro district. Exactly the same. We call danchi as micro districts, and it's a kind of shared language for most Japanese. And it's booming, actually, in Japan. It was once seen as outdated, obsolete, old-fashioned, industrialized housing. But now it's booming for youth, not seniors. Younger generation who don't know the Japan growth is now attached to the community living in micro districts in Japan. And these two articles are, I found from the late October this year. Two medias are talking, especially about the micro district on media, and many youth are attached. In part because it's fashionable. Muji, you know Muji, right? Muji brand. I hope it's visible here in Latvia too. Muji is working with micro districts everywhere now. It's good for their business, but good for people to do, renovation of their housing. And Scandinavian, IKEA. IKEA is visible too, of course, in Japan, and they are helping micro district or residents to renovate their units. But these are just part of the fashion and booming, and we are not about the future. And the future is more about community, not housing. And Japan may not be very, similar to Latvia, so I'm going to briefly explain the context or difference. Japan had grown after we lost World War II. We increased the population 1 million every year. Amazing, right? You know what's happened? We had to build, I was not that old, but wait, we have to build many housing rapidly, efficiently, without good planning, just building housing until 1980s. But then we started to change our focus to the improvement, not the development. Then now we are focusing more about the revitalization. And the national government has the special agency for implementation. And their name has changed from Housing Corporation to Development Corporation to Urban Renaissance Agency. We are not Italian, but we love to talk about the Renaissance. What do you mean by Renaissance? Which means we need to change the course, not just building housing. We need to improve the quality of living. And we are shrinking. Japan is now going from uphill to downhill, right? We're going to lose 1 million people every year. This is truth. We can't change this course. It's our fate, destiny. So we love the term Renaissance, but the Renaissance might cope with shrinking population and aging population. This is a big challenge. We cannot totally rely on Muji or IKEA only. We need to be creative. How to cope with this challenge? And this is the map of Japan. Sorry, it makes. What I want to say is the micro districts are everywhere in Japan, throughout Japan. And I can't show the pointer. 70% of these have no public rental units. Most are ownership by the residents. This is a challenge as we see in the morning. Same thing. But I work more closely with Urban Renaissance Agency, who provided the majority part of rental housing. We see the hope in the rental housing, not individual sold housing. And there, Renaissance Agency has a stock policy in 3 pillars. The one is, of course, in the pink circle. they want to improve the living condition, but not about the units. It's more about services, including the medical and social welfare services mainly for the elderly. And also, they want to build a community. They don't want to focus on each family. They want to make family get together and to help each other and nurture the sense of community. That's one thing. Now, another thing is on the left side, talking about area, not a micro-district only. Micro-district is a key part of a city, and so the area should be connected with the surrounding neighborhoods. That's another approach we are taking. Just the last one is asset management, because we don't need that many housing any longer. We're shrinking. So we carefully select which one we demolish, which one we keep, which one we renovate. That's what we do. And overwhelming numbers. The Renaissance Agency still have 700,000 units in total in Japan. And they need to be very careful how to approach to this stock. And they decided the 440,000 will be regenerated by one of those four means: redevelopment, aggregation. Aggregation means the demolishing some part of the micro-district and keep others intact. And conversion is converting the use from residential to commercial or to the medical or something like that. The last one is renovation, just upgrading the quality of environment. We carefully approach to each micro-district to take which approach we're going to employ. And the cases. How many more minutes I have? 2, 3?
You have 3 minutes, 38 seconds.
Okay. 2 cases. One is the Tamadaira near Tokyo. It's in the Tokyo suburb. They sold the half of the micro-district to the private sector developer to raise funding. Then focused upgrade their living condition in the yellow part. But what I want to talk about is the remaining part, not the sold part. This is the remaining part. You see some flats are painted in a nice blue one. This is fashionable. This attracts the younger generation, right? Oh, sorry, it's messed up. And they put this kind of stage, like what we see this morning. And seniors and younger generation, it's all in a mess. But they get together to cherish the blooming, cherry blossoms in the spring, for example. Or they get together for gardening. It's a community gardening, not individual gardening. New residents and old residents get together and to work together, which means they get to know each other. This is the approach we carefully introduced to this kind of place. Yeah, another big case is Akabanedai. It's a big complex, maybe 18 hectares or something. And they rebranded, not region, I'm sorry, but Nouvelle. I don't know why we love the European terms. It's French now. Nouvelle Akabanedai, okay? And the original one was on the left, of course, as you see, and the new one is this on the right. So it's from a different angle. And point is, they demolished many parts of the micro-district and instead introduced new uses to the area. For example, the university on the right, up on the right, and the museum on the left side down. And by some finance from the land selling, they redevelop, I should say, the most units in the middle, and decrease the number of units from 3,000 to 3,300 to 2,700. They wanted to decrease the number. But what is important is, we are Japanese. We carefully approach to every single household, ask if they want to stay or move out. This is very important. We cannot force or we cannot kick them out. We could be the most socialistic country in the world, okay? And this tiny park in the middle now attracts many kids we are aging, but we take care of the kids and the younger generation pretty much. And this is the new construction, redevelopment. And they put the common space in the middle. This is the most important thing. It's not just green. It's not just a plaza. It should have some function and some people who help people get together and organize an event and organize gathering and help communicate to each other. This is what they do. And the big addition was the university. It's a huge one. But you see the name? Faculty of Human Life Design. What the hell is that? It's a very fashionable faculty, right? They built a new campus here and try to experiment the new lifestyle with residents. Wow. Like, exercising with seniors, for example. Yeah. Or playing with kids, of course. Or inviting foreign students and organize a workshop for the new, renovation of the project, something like that. So it's a new mix of, younger generation and older. And last thing, they keep some part of old flats as a museum. And the name of the museum is very nice, Museum of Urban and Lifestyle Design. We love to talk about lifestyle. And now we are organizing hackathon. It's open for everybody. Sorry, this is only Japanese, but all ideas are welcomed. And we have 700,000 units to apply your ideas.
700,000 units.
So,
Okay.
I'm looking forward to the hackathon this evening. Thank you very much.
Yeah.